Well, very briefly, we are finishing Psalm 15 today, and tomorrow we'll begin Psalm 16. So if you'd like to read ahead, go ahead and do that. Psalm 16 is a great psalm. But we're going to finish up Psalm 15, which is a profile of perfection. We left off last week explaining this is who we fail to be. It is who Jesus is. It is who Jesus was for us in his human life. It is who Jesus makes us or declares us by his righteousness, by faith, through his mercy and grace, or by grace through faith would be a better way to say it perhaps. But it is his gift of grace to us when we faith him, when we believe him. That faith is counted as righteousness, just like the Bible says of Abraham in Genesis 15:6. And then finally it is, last two, it is who he is making us to be practically. And it is who one day we will be, because we will awaken and be like him, for we will see him as he is. So this is who abides, verse 1, who shall abide in thy tabernacle, a profile of who can stand before God eternally, who can be in heaven. This is a psalm that answers the question, who gets to go to heaven? Who shall dwell in thy holy hill? There it is. And we see a profile of perfection. So it would beg the question early in the psalm, nobody. Then nobody gets to go. But then God turns the whole thing around and says, yes, I can count faith as righteousness. I can count belief as all of these things. And then by my new work in the gospel, I can make you new. I can transform you into the image of Christ. He that walketh uprightly and worketh righteousness, speaketh truth in his heart. He that backbiteth not with his tongue, nor doeth evil to his neighbor, nor taketh up a reproach against his neighbor, in whose eyes a vile person is condemned, but he honoreth them that fear the Lord. He that sweareth to his own hurt and changeth not. And last verse, he that putteth not out his money to usury, nor taketh reward against the innocent. He that doeth these things shall never be moved. Now, what does it mean to not put out your money to usury? Okay, well, the word usury it's what it sounds like. It's using another person, using a more vulnerable or less privileged. It's exploiting others. The formal meaning of the word is to bite or to be bitten. Now, in putting out money to usury, what we're talking about is a kind, it's the sum paid, this is Easton's Bible Dictionary, the sum paid for the use of money, hence interest, but not interest in our modern sense. This is exorbitant interest. This is abusive or oppressive interest, which is something that the corrupt Jews were well known for doing. During Jesus' day, this is why he purified or cleansed the temple. This is why he went in with righteous indignation and turned over those tables and drove those people out. Why? Because that was a part of their money-making schemes of taking advantage of the common man. So was the Roman practice of working through the publicans, the tax collectors, to take as much as they could, and the tax collectors adding to that to take for themselves. Usury is oppressing one another. You see James profile this. He was the pastor at the Church of Jerusalem, and he was writing to the Christians at large, but he talked about rich men oppressing poor men. And he's talking about in the church, among you. And he's trying to teach the church, he was trying to help the church unlearn their pre-salvation exploitative practices of usury. So someone that isn't, in a modern sense, it's someone that isn't trying to take advantage of people, that's dealing honestly and ethically and responsibly and thoughtfully, even to his own hurt. Again, that isn't just fighting for himself, but that is considerate and caring towards other people. Nor taketh reward, here same concept, different phrasing, taketh reward against the innocent. There's the idea of ransom, holding something or someone hostage for my own benefit against innocent. Again, taking advantage of less powerful or less wealthy or less well-connected, taking advantage of vulnerable people. So this man would never do this. Okay, he would never exploit others. He would never take advantage of innocent people, well-meaning people. He would never exact a malicious cause against somebody that is naive to that cause and well-intentioned. Now, my friend, we need to consider all these qualities in terms of, are we growing? Are we surrendering to the Spirit of God, to the presence of Christ in our lives? Are we becoming this person? Because in every way that we're not reflective of these qualities, we are not reflective of Jesus. But in every way that we are reflective truly of the holiness of God through the character of Christ being formed in us. But here's the deal. It's not just what did you work hard at to bring your behavior in line with. No, it's really what's growing organically. In what ways is your heart being tenderized and transformed and conformed to the image of Christ in ways that you don't even realize it's happening? You're not working at it. It's simply happening because you're seeking the Lord and letting Him work in your life. The operative way that you activate these things in your life is the same faith by which you were saved, is the faith you express a dependence on the Lord every day. And you begin this week and you say, Lord, I want to be these things. I want to speak truth. I don't want to use my tongue to hurt others. I don't want to do any unkind thing or evil thing to any of my neighbors, any other person. I want to have, verse 4, a righteous discernment between what is wicked, what is vile, what is contemptible, and what is honorable, what is reverential, what is right, what is holy. God, I want to keep my word even if it does damage to me. Lord, I don't want to change my word or my position based on what most benefits me. I don't want to be shifty. I want to be dependable. I don't want to take advantage. I don't want to approach my relationships with an exploitative angle or seeking to get some gain or reward from others. Lord, I want to live the way Jesus lived, with a selfless love. You pray that. You say, God, make this real in me. Sanctify me. Grow me. Transform me. And he that doeth. Now, God is concerned with our doing. Okay? He that lives out these things shall never be moved. And the word moved here, again, let's get the idea, okay? The idea is to slip, to fall, to stagger, to totter, to be shaken, to be toppled, to be brought down or continually shaken. The person that has this character has stability, has durability. In a shaking world, in a windswept, chaotic, unstable world, the pursuit of this character, this heart with God, the realization of this heart in my life with Jesus, my life with Jesus makes me unmovable, unshakable. It makes me durable. Now, friend, this week the world's going to continue to shake, but you can be durable. So look up, cry out, grow in His image, and walk with Him this week. Happy Monday. We'll see you tomorrow.